Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Memo bibiara kwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Say we are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel no, na bell notification no. And don't forget say we share ama afofronso ensa akabi. Na comment section hono what they wadwen tre aba. Former President Kofo ena Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ena afenso no NPP guru amusembia amukano some time ago attend against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena meno kasai na sese no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia efro simpie ne apa na nsema okane se eye economy ana se Ghana economy no enshanensa nemum digitalization rule ena yede shanensa na NPP guru si actually mu say no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was chosen and as omokofa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ebeye Nana Adodankwa running mate na omo pese Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia emboa Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo na omunya a strong Ghana CD na ensema omokaye HSA former President John Dramani Mahama ena afenso no NDC amanyuku no ema Ghana CD no eye hata na ahode bi enim eninti no edwadifo ne amanfo a omode CD no eye business no eka na omobo na omosema omokae HSA omokofa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say omoboa Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo na omeki eye the CD stronger again and then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia efro simpie ne apa nensema okane say he was given a digitalization role put me say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dwane afri ni entia Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ekofa no bae na mempesa mesemre no kame ho na yentie sane omoka omonsem.
In fact yaman pani Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo mesra Ghana fo madaroma enkoma menimu edi ne no obi a woye Ghana ni a wodo Ghana yie entie asem we na wonhye ne so okumangra madwuma yede me ba Power FM same meye ena me yi na me ba ye no mentwi me humfri madwuma hoda me ba same be news that was me mandate ya me de ba adwuma ha eye kasebo and no matter how menyini aye kase akoduro me news me nya ye da me guso ya me ka me news enti se gumba beka ho battleground abeka ho a I am still a newscaster. And no me kire say the commentator ye gina so the farm adwuma no me niviete ye emfri ho na obi bia nso no we kofi the boy a ye de ne ba say wo metwa camera enti oguso ye se di brafofro beka ho kra no a onya ye oguso eye na adwuma o hwe ye deputy CEO in charge of administration W wano obadwuma ha as a security man and now we are in charge of finance security adwuma no W da so ye oguso ya ni pepepe WW oguso ya ni pepepe wo boa oba check wo ano me kire say the brain wa ye de ba yes oba beye no oguso a wo ye the only person ya were running away from the shadow. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Bawumia was brought purposely because of the economy. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a convince Ghana for nase about economy what ya say. Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo eda sentia okofa Bawumia bae. Nana do eda na ni tire Ghana for say Ghana foi Bawumia no amakofa no makofa no se wo meka me ho na Ghana sikasam no yentutume munya dubiaw enti Bawumia lectures ahodo wa ye no wanya digitalization ba kokra all the lectures ya Bawumia ye nyina no was based on the economy mama yenkwotie na Adodankwa Akufo-Addo wa bra wanda Bawumia di wo Santa Maria e de tire omo dientia okofa Bawumia bae na yenko
wenu maba ya be say yesikasa sile na ya hata awodi bi emi anu ti na woni ejija no yenya ho faso When you see that go say maybe Muswa, unya ho faso. Because Sikano emunyedu. Na no nya juma kesi ya baba ye. The Bible says on near the Syria emudu na wani di jano unya ho faso. When the same Muswa unya ho faso. Ekahubi tina mikofa Bawumia sombe kame ho ni shishe ye sikasam no eyiye na sika no emunye tubio wenu maba yabe se ye sikasam sidi na ya hata awodi mi eni anu tina woni ejija no ye nya ho faso wonu sika ko se tuma bi muso a unya ho faso because Sikano emunyedu na no ne adwuma kese aye baba ye the Bible says on near the Syria emudu na wani di jano no nya ho faso o de be se dwuma mu so a no nya ho faso Ekahubi tina mikofa Bawumia sombe kame ho ni shishe ye sikasam no eyiye na sika no emunye tubio let me the adwuma ne ahoto so abagana
mo sautie ansam ya ani enuoma hodo a akofo no a NPP former general secretary so ade beto so atre ye say time Bawumia ba ye no na ye wo ho ye kasi ye mpa Bawumia and so the president na nadu dan kwakufuado e convince ye say yanyi ntum na no hininto e ka say they were convinced ye ka tro mo say munyi Bawumia ntum mesramo na nadu pa chaw because omo kan say na Bawumia en qualify but omo pa chaw say yanyi Bawumia ntum enti na nadu say what the Bawumia ba say wo mesese sikasam President Kofuo ye convince no am what ya say Ghana's economy sabagina ya Bawumia mama yentie former President Kofuo na sama wakaye e de fa Bawumia ho.
To get an insight, we, and when I say we, I mean the nation as a whole, must be helped with the analysis of the foundation on which our economy stands. Is it a foundation of strength and productivity, sustainably increasing the wealth of the nation, and which is being managed rationally and competently with the singular purpose of the continued well-being of the entire citizenry as the objective? In this era of technocracy and solutions-oriented applications, the nation must count itself fortunate to have such a son as Alhaj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who roundly fills the role of the needed analyst. He is an economist, banker, and also a responsible politician. Who packs a lot of experience and pragmatism to address the theme of the state of the economy and its foundations, whether of rock or straw.
Very good. What's your former President Kofuo? Was it in this era of technocracy? Yeah, it was in your technocrats. Wamu belong to a certain direction. Why a banker? Why a finance person? Why a educated person? Teacher, why no? And yes, say yanya a son. What is so cast about Bawumia digitalization? No. As some can say, Bawumia ye economist and a banker. Meno can say President Kufuor says from Bawumia at the Serpentino. This was in 2016. And President Kufuor can say same way. This was in 2016. Namuma yenkonkoti na no hininto. Na no hininto can say the reason why Yananado a convince woman emo accept Bawumia and say what can say Bawumia Bawama Ghana sikasam agina yi yanka say Bawumia ba ye bibi foforo yase Bawumia ba ye sikasam entia ye dan na Bawumia dwane mama yenkotie na no hininto.
Bawumia was now been elected as the flag bearer of the NPP.
Yes.
He's an economist.
Yes.
You hailed him as an economic wizkid.
I hailed him.
I mean, your party.
Yes, yes.
And he's the chair of the economic management team.
Yes.
So if it's talking about someone who's going to be able to solve the economic problems, between him and Alan, who do you think has the competence to do that?
I think the evidence is available for Ghanaians to see. As we speak today, we're not talking about tomorrow. The record as we deal with. Now, let me go back to when Dr. Bawumia became the running mate for the New Patriotic Party's candidate, then Nana Akufo-Addo, and the reasons that were given. And we compare that, yes, we compare that to the evidence that we have on the record at the moment. I was General Secretary then, and when candidate Akufo-Addo proposed Dr. Bawumia as running mate, everybody was at a loss. First of all,
everybody was at a loss
in the party.
The proposal of Dr.
Yes,
Bawumia.
he was not a member of the party to start with.
Dr. Bawumia wasn't a member of the
At
party
all.
at the time.
At all. In 2008, I was General Secretary at the time. Now, the party constitution says that before you can apply to become presidential candidate or presidential running mate, you must have been a card-bearing member in good standing for minimum 5 years. Dr. Bawumia was not even a member of the party, let alone be in good standing for 1 year or 2 years or 5 years.
So that provision was violated.
Well,
but yet you accepted.
So if you can take the narration that follows. Now, when Nana Akufo-Addo made this proposal, of course, the reaction was no from the whole party leadership. Then the argument and the pleadings started from Nana's side that, look, I agree, this person is not a member of the party. But here is a case, the man has such expertise in economic management and the issues of economic policy and delivery. As for the economy, it's sensitive. Anytime anybody hears about someone's capacity to manage the economy, you want to give them an opportunity to do that. So then the party said, well, we were not ready for this. But Nana Akufo-Addo's pleading is that if you can waive that constitutional injunction that says that unless and until you are 5 years of good standing, you can't be running mate, and consider what this gentleman will bring to the ticket of president once the good people of Ghana make me president, I am sure Ghanaians will not regret it. As to
enti ufole nkomo no a ubehu se Dr. Mamadou Bawumia reason why ya omode ne baaye no ene se Bawumia metoto Ghana sikasama na wasi owura John Mahama asai no wo metoto ema ne yi. Can Bawumia challenge se wo baaye no wo ya digitalization lecturer ba kumpo Bawumia ahimfo na ukogina ye aya digitalization lecturer because so ba ye no na owura John Mahama alle foundation no etu ne se ehode ye ehwe mre ehwe fu etima nwura ho because what jawanum ama wiase nyina te se wonim economy we economist but no wabon na wonim he Dr. Mamadou Bawumia eba ye lectures ahodo on the fundamentals na Bawumia trase etretremu na mama yentie Bawumia on the fundamentals of the economy, the reason why your NDC are fairly na wasi ya ma onu Bawumia ene na nado ho kwan sikasem totoye ene amamuo papa yentie Bawumia.
It also tells us fundamentally that Ghana's problem is not about resources. Our problem is the efficient and honest management of the resources. Mr. Chairman, let's look at the standard of living of our people. In dollar terms, Mr. Chairman, under the NDC government over the last 8 years, the minimum wage has declined from $2.12 to $2.02.
Bawumia no. What's Ghana's problem? It's not about resources. And yes, be a Ghana no, ya can ye ninuama no, your gold, your diamond, your timber, your bauxite, your cocoa, your sasepa. Our problem is not that, but how to manage it. And Bawumia na nado ba say, yet sikaso and so accommodate. And to wamo baba manage the resources that we have. Said ya sika ebebo maimu mesika bo biabotum. That was the core mandate for Bawumia. Mama yensan kotie biem. Bawumia betremu biem. Wo bedane expertise enuoma wotumi ye enuoma wonim de entia ye de naba Bawumia beka Bawumia again on fundamentals.
And it also tells us fundamentally that Ghana's problem is not about resources.
What was that so tier and some of Bawumia kanwa? What trust now checkenoa? Who clear? Bawumia say, because of mismanagement. That's the reason why the economy is not moving. Because the resources are there. But how to manage the resources? And here to me, the mismanagement at that time was so huge. And to know Bawumia together with Nanado, we are no Bawumia sikasam to Toyano. What Bawumia mismanagement in Africa. Nasikasama koye. Bawumia on mismanagement.
Is the efficient and honest management of the resources. Mr. Chairman,
currencies depreciate when the fundamentals are wrong.
Right.
And the mismanagement of this economy in terms of the fundamentals is what was driving the depreciation of the currency. You can't be running double-digit deficits, double-digit current account and fiscal deficits, borrowing to this extent, financing your deficit with huge printing of money from the central bank, and expect your currency.
So what about Bawumia? What say you cannot manage the economy with huge printing of money from the central bank? Want to mean come here printing sikakasi and farmer? Under Bawumia watch, Bank of Ghana, a printing sikayam printing bidda. Raminianum, mentai Bawumia. But then some wakano, sanuni ye jina so to a badia, and ye ene sasam krano ehwehia. Because Ora John Drabeni Mahama. Nebosia wenya yeno. 60.4. Bank of Ghana printed 60.8 billion. Only Bank of Ghana sika wamo printed yadema NPP. As bigger a cow wama bonkwano. Now sika wamo printing yes kaketwa. Then time na Bawumia de campaign and then asasane. Minianom, Sawodo or my Ghana, na Ghana who was some Edda Wakuma Ponosua, a brilliant was any Pabia, sorry. Look, you call UDS, UDS campus. Dr. Mamadou Bawumia Kojinaho. And no can say, oh, we John Mahama 2016 see and Twabano. Now, what plans to be on the Trimua and co-manage economy for 8 years. John Mahama was a president for 4 years. Bawumia the timer, no ura John Mahama your vice president no eka ho mani 8 years. This means so your vice president you have a role to play in economic management. And not the Bawumia so a mate. Bawumia say owura John Mahama so our plans are. And they na can say when you so plans no and solve economy no. And Bawumia say our new ideas, our new plans, and to anone the young tum near man who can no the president. Or quite the other bodo. Ayanya ntia the unfan who kwadi. Bawumia and do John Mahama there while managing economy assigned for 8 years. And to the plans are whatever the young tum. Ebedru wo dia so dia wo be catch Ghana for say we are mates and tiama okwana manage economy. Bawumia, you think we are fools, eh? What can say Jama unko na onimi yansa wa? Be very careful, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Ya nia brain ya ti krom hano. Mama yanko UDS wa campus 2016 Bawumia asabo kaye. Munya maso na muntie ne ye muntie no.
Has already cut and abolished teacher training allowances and nursing training allowances. The president said even if it was going to cost him the election, he wasn't going to restore them. Didn't he say it? But today, with just 2 months to the election, feeling defeat staring him in the face, he is trying to make an about 10 and say that he wants to restore the allowances. Do you believe him? Do you believe him? We have to treat that promise with the contempt that it deserves. It is a propaganda promise. It is a 419 promise. If you vote for him, he will cancel it in 2017. We cannot trust him and his word on this issue. You can only trust Nana Addo. You have presided in 8 years over the collapse of our economy. If you knew the plan that could work for the economy and be successful, why haven't you implemented that plan in 8 years? Why? If you know what can work for our economy, why is the economy collapsing in your hands after 8 years? You clearly do not understand the economic plans and underlying.
Say Ghana for. And I make it say December will be a cray. Owura John Mahama, your vice president for 4 years. And nobody president for 4 years. Bawumia say, so when in plans are the manage the economy for 8 years, I can plans and what you show ye. And now December will be a kukudro. I can't try Ghana for say. One of the annual you met for 8 years. Na yama na kwanya. And so successes be a badia. Bawumia so one or you yenti yamo yensemano. Ha! On this same economy, ye di hunkomo. This same man called Bawumia. But ways of building the economy to be effective. How to build the economy? Ya economy be ye. Bawumia mama yentie no biem.
I want to leave that to breathe. But we are going to build a new economy, a different economy, and you will be hearing a little bit more because you cannot just criticize.
In 2016. Yaji Bawumia tu mudodo. Entina akwano o chantra yenhu. Bawumia se omo beye a new economy. Bawumia se ombema economy na ye. Ana journalist ni bisan say then a dia na mo beye. Bawumia quickly ask you question no. And one say, maybe Tinaman Yama Maye, Yama Yadum so economy. Yama young this guy, Bawumia wahun. Bawumia. That same video no, munti asama Bawumia ekaye, munti no.
Without providing alternatives, and we are going to, and we have anyway.
You can tell us something. That's what exactly.
I'm telling you, it's an exciting. I will tell you what it is not. It is not a doomsday economy. It is not a dead goat economy. It is not a friends and family economy, right? It is an economy that will create jobs.
So, you be so sad a dear now, Baba ya. What say? I will tell you what it is not. It is not a doomsday economy. It is not a dead good economy. Hey? Bawumia shasiye chantro fritete. Bawumia your truthful fritete. Ya one kanokore. Na Ghana forma yani anko. Wate? Bawumia kurei. Anu nya kukudro. Ebe catch Ghana for say. Teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. Now, let's ask Bawumia say, Owura Bawumia, at a trip for sitting with the same. Bankers are sitting with the same. Drivers are sitting with the same. Kayaye are sitting with the same. Bawumia and Sama Wakaya no, and Nagana for sitting with the same. Go Mahama pencil. Now we need 2 cities. Now in America, I didn't conquer Bakoto. And now, one crowd 9 cities, 10 cities, and depending baby out here. When you side the same Mercano, when you be no wato. And what say? Why your economy ye a chain? Sabreno. Wabro Rajo Mahama Ewahono. Will you 5 cities? Abro so 10 cities. Now when you board near Dro top. Will you 3 cities? No when you buy it at all. And then, me know me anu ye ka say, kwana kobi sabo de abo, kobi sabayira bo. Tomatoes, ni ayan fa de beje. Ye sad bebre ni ahwia ma wo. Ene, mo me saba wo me ase. Time a wo ba no, ene ene, na de mo anya wa nkodwam, wo yire nso nkodwam. Nyamoa ye digwan ye de be sum amamo. Mudia na pro no masesa akoto agu. Enya wa, wo se atua ma wo gire. Wa sai Ghana, wanya kukuduro, kate Ghana fo. Na nka wo ba wo me abenya kukuduro, aba bete TV so, akate Ghana fo, ana wo benya kukuduro akate Ghana fo say, I want to be president. Wa bra wo sema okaye, teachers are suffering. Nurses are and bisa say, nurse fo do say na Ghana free Ghana ha kwa buruchiri. Ana Mrantia ne mabawa wa mawie nursing school no mutifie mu ne adwuma achetrefo owura Mahama apenso wayi ayi free ho owura Mahama apenso wayi free ho se wontua allowance efa mo no na teacher ne bia wie school onya ba bi kotra de ana mo ba ye ba bedru ye achetrefo wie school a wo se mo kona service wa ye na service wie a wo se kwatwa licensure exams ni mo twafatu agu wanya kukuduro ebe kata Ghana for say wo beba ama Ghana be yie na wonim dia bia da na mfam wana nado wo start ye kan say wo wonim dia no ye kata se masa ye hia economy satra ye fabo president Akufo-Addo se unim dia no ya ye be ma ho kwan still wo go so say o man no wanya kukuduro kata say wo de ye betu na Bawumia afeni mahu say eye bon kasa no wabon e bon pa no wabon trotro ne driver why and a load car obi o Ghana ha bia nim say sa yellow do car sia driver de ote animu met and a tare car no wo some of the station bi kura no a driver ni yade car ni si wa pa no apie no okọ met and the best shadow car no wa maka na yema wa maka na yema na driver ba betu car no Baby a passenger be a bedru biano, you obesi no, met na eka, no mafa bi ahyem. Enti se wonni met ni papa, mo be free akwa kodru Kumase but munye sika. But driver ni owo good met no, obe free a ebe kwa kodru Kumase no, na te se de ase wakwa asaba. We are bad mates. We are bad mates. And so from who mate. Mate for association say, one by your demonstration tiao because we go on juman animasi. How can you call yourself mate? Then come and now teachers are suffering. And then I said to say, Muma Yankotia Bawumia, 2016, and son of Baba Power, Muntia Bawumia.
IMF, in its recent review of the Ghanaian economy, has warned that Ghana is on the cusp of a financial and economic crisis. Notwithstanding this abysmal record, President John Mahama is actually asking Ghanaians where the economic crisis is. He is clearly out of touch. Mr. President, the economic crisis is everywhere. You care to look outside of Flagstaff House, of course. Teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. And nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering. Students are suffering. Traders are suffering. Pensioners are suffering. Drivers are suffering. Contractors are suffering. Civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering. Artisans are suffering, and kayaye are suffering. The disabled are suffering, and men are suffering. Women are suffering, and children and Ghanaians as a whole are suffering.
Very good. Eti Bawumia mi so say ene sansem hu bia wa no kan ye no ene obetumi aka bia mana so ma teachers ho atowon se kan ye fo ho atowon se nurses ho atowon se achet se enuma obobo odin no ene obetumi abie wa no aka se na obi ho atonana ene obetumi abie wa no aka sansem no biam dia kire Ghana fo me se he Bawumia no beba no ye ni pentima mintobroni na ye hu bi da enti ye de Bawumia bebu yen na we ye synthetic material but ye di bu ye say e original ade no ye koto Adidas en ye no Abidas na ye nya hu bi denti no ye hu Abidas no ne ye nim say e Adidas. Bawumia is a replica of Abidas. 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 Ye toni ma yen. Abidas instead of Adidas. What it? Ye tonwo. Ema yen. Sawo ye. Obabu economy. And when ya kukudro. Ebe kache se. Ye mu wakwenye na bedi president wohu. Mr. Bawumia. Afe muma yen hadi bi. Bawumia ba ye no. Ya to aba ma na wie afei na Bawumia betre Ghana fo mo mahunu se me Bawumia afei na me de men sese ye de aba ene ya sese Bawumia se ye ka economy no a onu nanim ye onim na oni nanim toto wono na economy ni ye na dwuma enti wo beboa economy me economy ayeyi enti obebi send this for say Obi betumi abo NDC economic management team diana because ye economic management team because Bawumia was the head of the economic management team. Yankasa Bawumia may digitalization. Yes, we may economy ho adwuma no obeye wa dwane free economy ho and Bawumia tete. Na mumia nkotie Bawumia na dwuma nkasa no now omabedi president obe confirm to Ghanaians ama Ghana fo hu de entia wo baaye Bawumia kina wadwuma me enko.
When I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejako, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team?
Enti wahuno. Ene wadjanye free economy. Ene nipa no wake economic management team no. Ene wadjanye free economy. Bawumia, woye kremuni, wani kremufo kwa kusia. Mama yenkonkwo he Bawumia on not possible. Number 10. Bawumia yenko.
It was not possible for NPP.
It is possible.
It was not.
It is possible.
That NPP will elect a Muslim or a non-man to be the leader. They said it wasn't possible.
It is possible.
Actually, that you can Allah. It is possible. So we prayed and we asked for your prayers.
Kese mama yang tu Bawumia fo. Anase woman we serious anka wo se yi Bawumia free amanyose mu. Na nado kan se obia wo be religious campaign. We should vote against that person. And Bawumia a religious campaign. Minianum kramofo. Nasretif imam se wo hanyina no. Advise Bawumia before it's too late. Advise Bawumia before it's too late. Because I may be a started sad way and fat in Wamapani Susu ya Papa Fama. Go to Nigeria. Now go ahead, yes. Bawumia started. One in Kremofocus ya was ye because of some ye Kremoni. Ah, na at the Ben NPP, as I say, Wamuyi candidate based on the religion. The NPP, any candidate based on religion. Number of me, no, of course, of those and pass all them. Aquaquatras, Mamika Semitro Bawumia, Mamika Semitro, or software or Subampa. Where Yaminipa, Ubo Rana saw them at one pamo. What power in a tadia crescendo and yourself, Ubelusu, because the Amadia Yano no okay. When no boss me, no time I must say software at 2 mu. Na software, so a Yarenia didn't go to hospital. Na handcuff, a gunensa, and 2 bound I saw them 1 year woo. Bawumia, walk off software and pass all them 1 year woo. No 1 year woo. Will be a what boom say Yamama power. A chadi amademano and they say one quadam remind for 1 week. Etuba ura no ani wu. Mama yenkonkɔ ha Bawumia. Ya wagina masalachi. No abobo nkremofo kakra no. Na waka tro mo say. I was selected. I was voted for because I was a Muslim. Bawumia kan sa some way emre bi atwam. Emia condemn said that act. Enya de papa. Bawumia sa kwa kabiem. Bawumia asa kwa kabiem. Muntia Bawumia, muntie no.
Look at what will benefit our people. Let's look at what will benefit our people. I have been selected partly because I'm a Muslim. So I'm selected because I'm one of you. I'm not representing myself, I'm representing all of us. So please support. Let us make a difference in Ghana in our generation. Thank you very much for that. Look at what will benefit.
But I say, Sani Paya was here to Abama no because of say why one of you no. Or we are ya pe Edward Mirka saw them so come quotation. Mama Yanko tia Bawumia, Wakwa sorry them, Wakwa Kowra ho. Bawumia koye Kowra saw them wa. Bawumia koche nyame anim. Muntia Bawumia. Obemamu quotation. Bawo Yanko.
Uko Book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 1. Osideng, it is not by might nor by power. Uko Book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 1. Osideng, it is not by might nor by power.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.